You're listening to the Pace Radio Network, here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
Yeah, you feel that? Welcome to the session. Let's vibe. Roll one up, let's take flight. Bass hits deep, ride the night. Smoking sound, it's paradise. High vibes only feeling right. High vibes, let it flow. Deep bass, watch it glow. Dub hits, rock and roll. We light it up and take it slow. Moonlight beams through the haze, blunt burn slow, lost in space. No stress here, just let go. Doktor High sets the show. Yeah, we vibing, we riding. Welcome to the High Vibe Session.
Hey, Cat FM. How y'all doing tonight? Welcome to another episode of High Vibes with Doktor High, a show all about music and cannabis, and the combination of the two. So basically songs for the cannabis culture, going across many different genres, encompassing topics only pertaining to cannabis and weed, and whether it be smuggling, production regions around the world, medical benefits, just plain fun. It's educational, it's entertaining, it's informational, and it's all about advocacy, because Doktor High is out here trying to break the stigma, and he wants to work with you guys to get it done. So tonight, I think we're going to have a pretty interesting show. I've been working on a series of 30 songs that focuses on cannabis producing regions around the world. I wanted to produce this music in a psychedelic trance EDM fusion. And within that, I'm adding to it regional sounds from the region for which the song is written about. So tonight, that's what we'll be playing. It's going to be all songs from that playlist. I think you're going to find it very interesting. And we're going to get into our first song, which is Smoke from the Summit. This is about the Himalayan mountains and hash production, and a person's journey to find enlightenment. So let's not delay any further. Smoke from the Summit.
They said the air gets thin up here, but it's the hashish that lifts you. I left the noise of the valley behind, climbed through clouds trying to shred my mind. Little stone paths with no clear name led me to monks who danced in flame. They lit chillums back with black and gold, stories of Shiva and the hits they roll. Eyes like fire, hearts like drums. They said the truth's up here, come. Whispers echo through the air. Sacred smoke, the soul laid bare. Smoke from the summit, thick and wise, lit by hands that touch the skies. No glass, no deck, no fake delight, just church. came here to find. I said peace and maybe time. He laughed, said time burned out years ago, and handed me a weed I'd never known. It shimmered green like the myths they told, wrapped in stories far too bold. I sparked it slow and let it be. Felt Doktor High watching over me. Now I walk where few have dared, in sandals worn and lungs repaired. The city's loud, the world still aches, but up here only silence breaks. Smoke still rises from the sacred stone, calling stoners and seekers home. It ain't escape, it's just the climb, where every puff unbends time. Om Ganganapataye Namah, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Smoke from the summit, clear and high, with gods and ghosts and a reddened sky. Past the chill, bless the flame. We came for peace, we left with a name. The summit doesn't change the soul, it just helps you see it better.
Wow. Smoke from the Summit. I have fallen in love with that song. If a song's going to make me move, that one's going to. In the car at big volume, it sounds incredible. I absolutely love it, and I hope you guys did too. All right, moving on to our next song, Smoke and Silver. Smoke and Silver is about cannabis-producing regions in the Sierra Madre, Mexico. For many, many years, smugglers traveled down dusty trails with packs full of weed on horses and donkeys and just trying to get it out of the country. Silver was the price they paid for that weed, but lead, a lot of times, was what guaranteed the silence. So, Smoke and Silver, this is all about Mexico. Let's get into it.
Dust in my beard, the ghosts of the mountains drawing near. Old men talk of a plant divine, grew on cliffs where the eagles dine. Sowed in town, wrapped in foliage, sacred weed pulled from soil. Joints in my hand, silver in my pack. Smoke is the answer when the world goes black. Smoke and silver in the saddlebag, rolled through borders not seeing flags. Drug one piece, just smuggler code, with weed in my pipe and maybe death on the road. They fear the police, they chase the leaf, and found real truth in their belief. Smoke and silver, old and true, lit for the lost and passed to the crew. Ran from dogs through canyons, silhouettes carve my name in old adobe huts. Every puff a smuggler's prayer, every highway to care. My abuelo said, don't sell your soul, even if they pay in gold. So I sold the weed, not hearing a rant, and left the cash where the bankers chant. Jones in my hand, silver in my pack. Smoke is the answer when the world goes black. Smoking silver in the saddlebag, rolled through borders not seeing flags. Drug one a piece, just smuggler code, with weed in my pipe and maybe death on the road. They fear the police, they chase the leaf, and found real truth in their belief. Smoking silver, old and true, lit for the lost and passed to the crew. Saw a shaman dance by a sacred tree. He lit a joint and passed to me. Said the law ain't right, the law ain't real, but this plant will teach you how to heal. In the smoke I saw my kin, marching proud through the sin alone. When their hands were calloused, their boots were worn, but their motor was pure mountain born. Now I ride with my hoodie low, down dirt tracks where the cannabis grows. No passport, no claim, just one true name, etched in the smoke and lit with a flame. And when the heat comes from the sky, I vanish fast with Doktor High. Cause the border don't matter, the mountain don't lie, and freedom burns where the smoke runs high. Silver by silence. Smoke tells a story.
And that was Smoking Silver. It's a dangerous path, the smuggler's lifestyle, but many have done it. Some have found great success in it, and some have lost their lives. So it's a risk you take when you want to cross borders with drugs. So that's that. All right. Next song, Kush of the Ancients. This is about the Afghanistan, and where they produce, apart from opium and poppies, they do produce a lot of cannabis and hash. So this is about the Afghan region, Kush of the Ancients, where hashish has been made for a long, long time. I actually met somebody about 10 years ago who showed me some pictures one day of him dressed up in what appeared to be a mountainous desert-type landscape, which turned out to be Afghanistan, with two camels with big packs on their backs. And I was like, well, who's this? I could see it was an older picture. And he said, that's me. I was in Afghanistan. I used to smuggle hash from Afghanistan back into Canada. And he was telling me back then, it would cost him $50 US for the camel and the hash. So the two camels he had loaded with hash apparently cost him $100 American in 1972. Very cool story. I'd known the guy for a little while, so I don't think it was bullshit, but it was kind of neat. So anyway, let's get into Kush of the Ancients. Has a cool flair to it, and I think you're going to enjoy it.
They say the weed has no master, but it remembers its soul. tears tread. The smoke rises where old kings bled. Roots run wild in shattered stone. The plant grew here when gods walk alone. No lights, no laws, just wind and sky. Cannabis kissed by an ancient high. Pressed like gold, black ash of might. One drag pulls your soul through night. Whispers echo from the hills. Kush remembers, and it still kills. Kush of the ancients carved in flame, lit in caves before they had names. Smoke it slow, hear the call, echoes roll from the mountains where the ancients fall. No strain is pure like this land-born leaf, rolled in silence, smoked in belief. Kush of the ancients born from dust, in hash we trust, in smoke we must. Carried by caravans through empires dead, smuggled in prey, rolled in bread. The warlords passed it hand to hand, but it never bowed, never left the land. Beards and rifles, rebels and rights still light the chill among the starless nights. Truth ain't found in books or plans, it's pressed in hash from mountain hands. Whispers echo from the hills. Kush remembers, and it's still here. Carved in flame, lit in caves before they had names. Smoke it slow, hear the call, echoes from the mountains where the ancients fall. No strain is pure like this land-born leaf, rolled in silence, smoked in belief. Kush of the ancients born from dust, in hash we trust, in smoke we must. I met a man with one blue eye, he handed me hash and said don't ask why. He wore robes but under his sleeve a patch that read Doktor High, believe.
And that was Kush of the Ancients. All right, next song is about the Bekaa Valley in Lebanon, where they've been making hash for forever. But that's the point of this playlist, right? It's cannabis producing regions around the world, and many of them have long histories of, especially hash production. But we're going to get into Thailand and Vietnam and some countries like that were more known for their flowers than their hash, but a lot of ancient hash producing regions are the ones that these songs are about. So, excuse me. Next song is Leaf and Flame Remix. I had done this song already as a psychedelic trance song, but when I create, I get multiple versions because I keep testing and tweaking. And something about this told me it might be good in the rock genre. So I have redone Leaf and Flame in the rock style, and that's the remix we're going to listen to now. So Leaf and Flame, the Bekaa Valley, Lebanon.
Cannabis grew, its roots ran deep. Voices called and winds unknown. Climb the path, but not alone. No map, no gear, not a spoken word. Just stars that glimmered and visions that stirred. They said a sacred leaf
shifted sideways, my thoughts went bang. A phoenix spoke, blessed me with hash, said kill your past or this won't last. I saw myself a hollow frame, no joy, no truth, just broken ego and shame. So I lit the joint and stepped into the flame and called the ancient plant by name. The forest engulfed me, I bowed and knelt, and in that one puff the cosmos I felt. The leaf and the flame, one and the same, buried in smoke beyond a name. I walked through fire to claim the light, with Doktor High as my guide through night. Now I wear the leaf like war paint bold, fighting stigma because of lies that were told. I found weed and now I'm not the same. I found peace in its claim to fame. You can now find it in a store. We need to unlock access, still behind the door. But if you walk where dreams ignite, the leaf will find you in the night. The leaf and the flame, one and the same, buried in smoke beyond a name. I walk through fire to claim the light, with Doktor High as my guide through night. Yeah, I burned and came back bright.
And that was the rock and roll version of Leaf and Flame, the remix. So, hope you enjoyed it. I just really don't know which version I like better of that song, to tell you the truth. It's a tough choice, but I guess the listeners will decide ultimately, correct? There we go. Okay, next song, Cherries in the Clouds, Swat Valley, Pakistan, where they've been hand-rubbing hash for generations upon generations. Cool little song. Let's give it a listen.
In the mountains, the plant finds you.
Up in the clouds where the swat winds sing, the plants grow wild, no need for kings. Barefoot on stone, palm stained black, rolling the shores, never looking back. High above war, beyond the roads, where silence hums and no one knows. Smoke and snow and old Sufi prayers rub from the plant like whisper layers. Sticky fingers, black stained hands, holding truth the stake and ban. Flowers in the clouds, lost in the blue, spun by the wind and old as the dew. One slow pull, your mind expands, drifting to places where happiness stands. Inhale the smoke, feel it burn from the mist. ash in the bowl and songs for the soul. The hash is black, thoughts chase gold. You feel so high, but you don't feel old. Stories carved with every puff, lessons laced in sticky stuff. The valley hides what the city fears, a truth that grows where no one hears. Sticky fingers, black stained hands, holding truth the stake can't bend. Chairs in the clouds, lost in the blue, spun by the wind and old as the dew. One slow pull, your mind expands, drifting to places where happiness stands. Inhale on the smoke, feel it burn from the mystics, a chance for us to learn. Charas in the clouds, far from the crowd, no flags fly up here, only stoners' heads bowed. Found a sage in a cave of light. He passed me smoke and said, take flight. He wore a hoodie black with pride, sewn on the chest, Doktor High. Some plants don't grow in the ground, they rise.
And that was Charas in the Clouds, Swat Valley, Pakistan. As you can see, a lot of these songs have elements of the smuggler's tales amongst them. And for many, many, many years, it was because of smugglers we had access to hashish. It wasn't being produced by people in North America as frequently. I'm sure there were some people making it, absolutely, but not in the volumes that were being consumed, that's for sure. So it was because of these regions we even had access to that particular extract of cannabis. So thank goodness for them, We're going to go back to the Bekaa Valley in Lebanon for the next song, Bricks of the Red Sun. Lebanon's been so famous for hash for so long that I thought it deserved perhaps more than one crack at this global playlist. So it should be interesting. At the Medicine Box, where I work on the weekends, we have both blonde and red Lebanese hash there. So if that's something you're ever interested in, feel free to come out to Oka and visit me out there on Friday afternoons or Saturday afternoons or Sunday mornings. But of course, you don't have to wait for me. You can go and see them anytime. Everybody there is highly knowledgeable, excellent people, fun to work with. And I think you'll enjoy the experience because they know their products, right? So if you're unsure of what you're looking for, you can simply go in and talk to any of the bud tenders and most of the staff there anyway, and you'll be able to find exactly what you need. You'll have a great experience, and we are sure you'll be back. So let's get into it. Bricks of the Red Sun.
The fields were green, the sun was red, and the
Down in the valley the bricks were born, pressed by hand in the early morn. Fields ran wide like cedar's breath, and cannabis plants finally kissed by death. Men in shadow, eyes like fire, smoking hash, getting higher and higher. One dragon, you'd see the path, slow and sweet, but it hit so fast. Hid inside smuggler's priest. Hash all around, it was a feast. One hit deep and silence spread as visions danced inside your head. Hidden sacks smuggled over stone. Red dust carried what couldn't be known. Bricks of the red sun sealed in the night. Move from the good to make folks alright. From Newcastle to Berlin, Paris to Rome. Hashish carry the stoner home. You light it up, you drift away to the valley that still grows to this day. A memory burned in sacred fun. Those bricks of hash pressed under the red sun. They say Doktor High once crossed that range with bricks of hash to inspire change. Left behind his hoodie on a cedar tree, marking the trail for stoners like me. The valley still breathes, but only the high can hear it.
And that was Bricks of the Red Sun. Next song, The Hashashin's Flame, could be seen as being a bit controversial. Although history has told us that the Hashashins, which were the original assassins, group of Islamic individuals in Persia between the 11th and 13th century, then moving into Syria, that carried out political assassinations and things of that nature, have been long linked to the use of hashish. But there is speculation that that is just a myth, simply because it was propaganda that was used by the enemies of this particular sect of Islam to make them look bad, basically, because it was a derogatory term when it first came out, but it's still associated to hashish. So here it is, the Hashashin's Flame.
They say that the desert burns with a green flame unseen. Only those who inhale can see. Smoke in my eyes, kush on my tongue. Follow the voice of a cotton drum. Scrolls in the wind, secrets had me woke. Chasing the myth of the we that spoke. Footsteps erased by time's own hand. I walked alone through sacred land. A whisper rose in shifting doom. The plan of peace will bloom at noon. Session flame burning in my mind, lit by the leaf where the old ones shine. Desert of silence, sky so wide. One deep hit and the veil divides. Smoking my soul, open up the gate. Truth ain't in books, it's the breath you take. Drift through the herb, awaken high. Let the sacred green we amplify. stages alight, words that dance like stars at night. All who come with mind unarmed will feel the plant, the taste, and the charm. I opened my lungs, forgot my name, and saw myself stoned inside the flame. Hashish and flame burning in my mind, lit by the leaf where the old ones shine. Desert of silence, sky so wide, one deep hit and the veil divides. Smoke of the soul, open up the gate. Truth ain't in books, it's the breath you take. Drift through the herb, awaken high. Let the sacred green weed amplify. Inhale, he said, but not for show. Let it reach deep where your blood flow. I saw the redness in his eyes. He wore a hoodie that said Doktor High. When the smoke has cleared, so will the mind.
And that was Bricks of the Red Sun. Next, another hash producing region of the world, the Rif Mountains in Morocco. For centuries, Berber farmers had been growing cannabis there and then transitioning that cannabis, converting it from flower to hashish. Moroccan hash has been famous for a long time. Easy transition into Europe. Morocco and Spain are fairly close together. Not a very big body of water that needs to be crossed, so a lot of it has transitioned out of Morocco through Spain and then filtered through the rest of the world from there. At the Medicine Box, we currently have 2 different kinds of Moroccan hash. So if that's something you're curious about, come and see me. And let's get going. This is called Smoke from Katama, and it is about the Rif Mountains in Morocco.
You can't own the mountain. But you can plant the seed. Up in Katama, the hills run deep, where weed grows wild and the winds don't sleep. Beneath the sun, they sow by hand, no maps, no lines, just sacred land. Eyes like stone, hands seeking gold. They pressed hash bricks since days of old. Past the kith, the smoke ascends. A plant, a hustle, it never ends. Chanted low in cannabis perfume. The resin sings, the valley blooms. Smoke rises from Katama, thick in the sky. Burning hash, a taste you can't deny. Farms in the fog, rebels in tune. Smug lung hash by the face of the moon. Hash from the mountain, kissed by flame. They don't need borders, they don't need fame. Just sun, soil, and rhythm drums. Smoke from Katama forever hums. footsteps lost in city trails where bricks are shipped using smuggler sails. A world unseen by kings or men, but known to those who risk it again. They press it slow, they press it tight. Dark gold wrapped in silent night. Light one now, the mind is set. The high's still rising, ain't peaked yet. Chanted low in cannabis perfume. The resin sings, the valley blooms. Whoa, smoke from Katama, thick in the sky. Burns with a taste you can't deny. Farms in the fog, rebels in tune. Smuggling hash by the face of the moon. Hash from the mountains, soul in the flame. They don't need borders, they don't need fame. Just sun, soil and rhythm drums. Smoke from Katama forever hums. I met a man in a market tent, wrapped in robes, his face half bent. He handed me a pipe, no name, no lie. Just said, tell Doktor High. I said hi. The mountain don't speak, it remembers.
And there it was, Smoke from Katama. Next, no playlist about cannabis producing regions around the world would be anywhere near complete without us talking about Jamaica. Jamaica is a country I truly love. I got married there in 1999 to a Canadian girl, but we went to Jamaica and took all our family and got married down there and had a blast. It was an awesome time. And I really love the country, love the people, love the environment. Had so much fun there. They have a lot of ties to Canada, all the banking system, and that's all Canadian down there. So pretty cool. And smoked some incredible weed while I was there and some really good hash. So, of course, it has to be included in this playlist. Next song is called Roots of the Mountain. And it's a little bit of the philosophy and psychology of the Rastafari and their love of the plant and the history of its production in the country, the struggles they've been with through the police and all these situations. But the roots run deep in Jamaica, and cannabis will never be exterminated or extinguished in that country because it's a spiritual right. Here we go, Roots of the Mountain.
Rough ride along with the wood on straight where the weed grows wild. The spirits stay proud. That's what strips.
In the hills where the police don't go, the ganja grows in the red dirt slow. No fences, no fear, no name brand strain, just a healing plant in the mountain rain. Old man twisting with the lion's grin, says the fire don't start till it comes from within. He sparked the chiller, man stirred 2 times, said this ain't no buzz, it's a holy sign. Roots run deep, we don't lie, we smoke with truth, not alibi. Roots of the mountain, smoke so wise, burning slow under mystic skies. Talk to Jah with every hit, ain't no sin in the sacred split. From Babylon's reach to Zion's fame, we carry the weed, not just the name. Roots of the mountain, strong and clear, the plant is truth, the path is near.
lost a train. But back in the day it was a fight to sow. Police would burn what the earth made grow. Still we sang in the caves, past the herb, wrote songs in the haze when no man spoke. Each puff was a pleasure, each breath on hold, and the sacred stories were the ones told. Roots run deep, fire don't lie. We smoke with truth, not alibi. Roots of the mountain, smoke so wise, burning slow under mystic skies. Talk to Jah with every hit. Ain't no sin in the sacred split. From Babylon's reach to Zion's fame, we carry the weed, not just the name. Roots of the mountain, strong and clear. The plant is truth, the path is near. Smoked under the stars and rolled in night. So spark that grass, don't miss your shot, cause ganja knows what Babylon forgot. Roots of the mountain, smoke so wise, burning slow under mystic skies. Talk to Jah with every hit. Ain't no sin in the sacred split. From Babylon's reach to Zion's fame, we carry the weed, not just the name. Roots of the mountain, strong and clear. The plant is truth, the path is near.
And that was Roots of the Mountain, a cool little psytrance reggae mix. All right, time flies so fast when I'm with you guys. High vibes gone like that. We're at our last song of the night. This is about a region that's lesser known, but as of last year, 2024, is still in the top 5 for global illicit cannabis exporters in the world. This country is Paraguay. Although they have stayed under the radar and we haven't heard a lot about it, they have been cultivating and shipping tons and tons and tons of low-quality cannabis for decades. When we refer to brickweed, that is Paraguay's specialty. They have hundreds of thousands of hectares under cultivation, and it's all illicit. 2017, Paraguay legalized cannabis for medical use, but under extremely strict regimentation. So it's very difficult. And although the government does allow some cultivation to fulfill those medical needs, the rest of what's going on down there is outlaw culture. So there's still a good smuggling networks going on and things like that. And that's what Brick by Brick is all about. It's about smuggling brickweed out of Paraguay. So let's get into it. This one will be fun.
You smell weed before you see it, and you never forget.
Stacked in silence, brick by brick, Wrapped in myth, sealed tight and thick. From the jungle roads where the shadows play, to border trucks where the smugglers stay. Pressed in heat by desperate hands, under sun that scorched outlaw lands. Cheap but rich, cut with pride. This ain't grey weed but the soul's inside. Hold it close, it came with risk. 1,000 hours in every brick. Brick by brick we built this game. Smuggled pop with no real fame. Wrapped in leaves, tied and twined. This ain't just weed, it's a rebel sign. Weed so thick it breaks the law. Grown in silence, rolled in awe. From Asunción to borderlines, the ganja still burns in shifting times. No name spoken, just nods and eyes. The bricks pass fast where danger lies. Sometimes wet, sometimes dry, but always hits, always got you high. Stacked in duffels, hidden in crates, driven at night through customs gates. You could feel the fear, and still it flew, cause the need was strong, the high was true. Hold it close, it came with risk. 1,000 hours in every brick. Brick by brick we built this game. Smuggled pot with no real fame. Wrapped in leaves, tied and twined. This ain't just weed, it's a rebel sign. Weed so thick it breaks the law. Grown in silence, rolled in awe. From Asunción to borderlines, the ganja still burns in shifting time. Some said it was shit too full of seeds, but it fed the need and filled the greed. It sparked revolts lit up in secret rooms, kept people singing the jungle tunes. Stamped with symbols, coded marks, no brand, just stories left in the sparks. The government hated what it couldn't tame, but the bricks kept moving just the same. Hold it close, it came with risk. 1,000 hours in every brick. Brick by brick we built this game. Smuggled pot with no real fame. Wrapped in leaves, tied and twined. This ain't just weed, it's a rebel sign. Weed so thick it breaks the law. Grown in silence, rolled in awe. From Asunción to borderlines, the ganja still burns in shifting times. Found one buried in a box last week. Cracked it open, that same old reek. A time capsule from the underground, with whispers sealed in every pound. He passed it slow, like a holy rite. Said this here's from the jungle night. He smiled once, with the blunt held high, and lit the joint. It was Doktor High. Even the roughest weed had a purpose.
And that was Brick by Brick about Paraguay to finish our night. A lot of great energy in that song, and I'm sure that's a lifestyle guys are living to this day. So that concludes this episode of High Vibes with Dr. High. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. It's always a pleasure to get this music out there, to spend some time talking with you all. You're the community that I want to connect with, the people that I want to be around, and the people I want to join with me in helping spread the news about the positive benefits of cannabis and help break that stigma out there. Help make people understand how safe and beneficial this plant is. I'd like to remind you about Dr. High's 420 Anthems, the playlist on Spotify. It's the ultimate cannabis music collection. Not only does it have Dr. High songs, but it has songs from other really well-known artists, all about cannabis. The songs must be about cannabis in order to be included on that playlist. If it's not, it doesn't suit the community's benefit. We can all listen to those kind of music whenever we want. But this is about cannabis. This is about breaking the stigma. That's what Dr. High is all about. If you're looking for a gift for a friend or a family member who loves weed, come and visit me at Dr. High, AI Hayes on Etsy. I have more than 600 original cannabis designs on there, things you won't find anywhere else. So give it a look. And it's a perfect gift for any stoner in your life. I guarantee you they'll love things from there. Always 5-star reviews, nothing but so far, so we're on a good path. Next week, we'll be back for episode 15 of High Vibes with Dr. High. Going to bring you a bunch more new music, and we'll have some fun. We'll talk about weed, and we'll enjoy the tunes. For now, peace, high vibes only, and we'll see you next week, Canna Fam. Be safe and stay lit.
Yeah, you feel that? Welcome to the session. Let's vibe. Roll one up, let's take flight. Bass hits deep, ride the night. Smoking sound, it's paradise. High vibes only, feeling right. High vibes, let it flow. Deep bass, watch it glow. Dub hits, rock and roll. We light it up and take it slow.
Dr. High is a Pace Radio Network content provider. You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own, and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Limestone City Hydroponics is Kingston, Ontario's hydroponics shop. Take your growing to the next level and create the optimal environment with a tent kit, or maximize your yield with an ebb and flow flood table kit. Either way, Limestone City Hydroponics has more sizes and options to fit your needs. Are you looking for the power of the sun that adapts to your budget? Then look no further, as they have professional grow lighting. They have indoor grow systems that are easy and cost effective, with many options to fit your living space and lifestyle. Cultivate your growing potential. We have everything you need to succeed. And if you can't make it to the store, they offer local delivery to the greater Kingston area. Remember, when you're looking for experts to help you grow, then look no further than the locally owned Limestone City Hydroponics, 105 Sunderland Drive in Kingston, Ontario. Call them at 613-548-0420. We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.